Hello and welcome to the fourth part of Surviving to Thriving, where we dive right into managing procrastination. To begin, I'd like you to take a moment to think of a sentence or a phrase where you use the word procrastination in a positive way. When I've asked this question in sessions, seminars, and events, the most common answers I receive will be, procrastination allowed me to clean up my room. Procrastination allowed me to plan my holiday, or similar. To be honest though, most people I have asked this very question have struggled to find an answer which can be viewed as positive. Even the answers which I've listed are byproducts of avoiding what they should have been engaging in. The reason I asked this question is to highlight that the word procrastination is a negative judgment. You cannot use the word procrastination without thinking of that productive thing you should be doing instead. From my observations, the two states of procrastination and productivity are often engaged in a dance. To understand the dance, we must first understand procrastination's true purpose. Procrastination's true purpose is relaxation, to alleviate the stress and strain caused by the pressure of being productive. In our modern society, productivity equals validity. You are a valid human being if you have produced X amount, worked X hard, done and completed X, and so on. Then you are allowed to take a break or even have a holiday, and so on. For productivity equals validity. That is, for want of a better phrase, our modern day society's motto. This equation in reality equals pressure. For if you are not producing, you are not a valid human being. Therefore, you are not worthy of breathing the same air as all the other hard-working individuals. I received a wonderful phrase from someone I supported in the past who, when they heard this phrase and this material, and they permitted me to use this phrase they created going forward. Procrastination, relaxing without relaxing. Think about it. When you procrastinate, what are you really doing? You're trying to relax, but your mind is always aware of the thing you're meant to be doing while you're procrastinating. Not doing what you feel you should be doing, and not being productive. Consequently, you are not really relaxing, not really alleviating the stress or strain you are feeling, never truly relaxing. If I asked you to use the word relaxation in a positive way, the answers you could generate would be numerous, compared to the short list at best you found yourself thinking about with procrastination. For many people know hundreds, if not thousands of benefits relaxation can have for the human body. We come back to the dance of procrastination and productivity. Productivity builds pressures on us, and procrastination comes in to reduce that pressure through avoidance. But this causes the pressure from productivity to grow further as time has reduced, to produce the result as we were tasked to do. Procrastination avoids even harder trying to manage this mounting pressure, which leads to less time to complete the task productivity requires. You start to calculate how many hours, minutes, or even seconds it would take to complete that task if you continue to procrastinate. Avoidance in the animal world and early human existence was a beneficial way to stay safe and alive. Animals will avoid areas they recognize predators can hunt. For example, gazelles will avoid high grass areas due to the potential of being attacked by lions or equivalent. Humans learn to avoid certain foods, which cause illness or even death. In our modern day society, other than the situations I've listed, avoidance certainly in the world of work or education, avoidance of tasks and projects, exams and such, does not benefit us. An example of procrastination at work. You start watching an episode of one of your favorite TV shows. The episode ends on a cliffhanger. You then say, I'll just watch one more episode to see what happens. Before you know it, you're at the end of the box set. It's the early hours of the next day, and you're saying, how did I get here? I only have X amount of time left to complete this task. I have to work now. For many people, this can lead to an all-nighter where you work throughout the night to meet that submission date. Now we understand the dance that happens between these two states. We need to change that relationship. Starting with language is a good place to begin. When you find yourself procrastinating, saying to yourself, I'm procrastinating, Remember that this is a negative judgment. Catch yourself. Procrastination's true purpose is relaxation, which is a healthy thing. So change your words to "I am relaxing." Now that you are relaxing, we must protect it so that you get what you deserve more frequently. I suggest you have at least 30 minutes to an hour daily, depending on what you can accommodate. By having this allocated time to relax, you protect, contain, and manage it so it does not get out of hand. Procrastination is most dangerous when it is not time limited and not controlled. Just another 30-minute episode turning into 3, 4, 5 or more hours down the road. Here's some key things I'd like you to remember. Number 1, procrastination is a negative judgment. Number 2, remember, relaxation is essential and healthy. Number 3, protect your relaxation periods with allotted time slots. Number 4, keep to your time slots. Have you ever bumped into a friend after you've just finished a big project, exam, or similar challenging experience, where they ask what you've just done? You share that you've just finished that challenging task. They then ask you, what are you going to do to reward yourself? You answer, I'm going to go and start the next challenge. The reward you are giving yourself is more work. Thinking about it, do you see how this is not a reward? We all need time off. We all deserve rewards after we have given our all. Remember, it all depends on the situation that we occupy though. What I mean by this is, should you be sleep deprived, emotionally drained, stressed, or worse, these factors impact on our best at that time. So what you give in that moment is all you can give in that situation. Now returning to rewards. Why would anyone be enthusiastic about a reward that is more of the thing that has been causing you stress, strain, or worse? That is not a motivational reward. Most people, when they finish a stressful period of work, usually will sleep for as long as they can. Now I do not advocate against rest or sleep when we need it, but this is not what I call a reward. For all you are doing is meeting your basic needs, which have been neglected due to the situation that occupied your life. To be motivated in such situations, we need to have rewards that balance the impact and the stress and strain they took upon us. Numerous studies have confirmed that reward structures are more effective at motivating people than punishment structures. A simple example is the carrot and the stick analogy. This analogy depicts a donkey being motivated by two methods. One rewards a donkey with a carrot for its labors, and the other uses a stick to hit the donkey to motivate it through punishment. If you imagine this situation on a long enough scale, it becomes apparent the outcome. If you only hit the donkey to motivate it to move, eventually it will tire and be unable to move, for it has not received enough nourishment to complete its work. The reward system, on the other hand, providing carrots and hopefully a few more varied diets, will give the energy, resources, and nourishment the donkey requires to continue its work for the long term. With this in mind, I encourage you to reward yourself at every opportunity. Rewards can be hard though to squeeze in at times, especially when we have another submission date following, or maybe you're in the middle of an exam season or equivalent. Taking 5, 10, 15, or even 30-minute periods to reward yourself at times like these can be really beneficial. Rewards don't have to be big. Of course, depending on your resources, they can be as big as you can access. What matters is whether the reward you provide embodies the effort you exerted. Here are two examples of rewards I have from time to time. The first is a little chocolate bar called a Freddo bar. It has a picture of a frog on the front and is sold primarily in the UK for a very long time. It used to cost me 10 pence when I was a boy. Now it's gone up and up with inflation. Isn't that a great thing, eh? Well, it's not made of the best organic produce, but no matter how old I get, the little boy inside me bounces still at the thought of one. Now, have you ever devour something so quickly that your taste buds barely, if at all, acknowledge the food that entered your mouth? Instead, what if you savored each and every bite? What if you approach your meal with the sense of ceremony? Ceremony can take a bite of food you barely even taste to a moment that genuinely lifts your spirits and your day. Every bite you take, you say, "This is a gift from me. This is my reward for all my hard work. This is a gift I deserve." That chocolate bar is not forgotten. Instead, it is imprinted on your taste buds for hours, if not longer, for it is magnified through the ceremonial reward you earned. Now, the second reward is a much healthier one, where you walk somewhere you enjoy, like a park or a woodland, savoring every step as a gift to yourself. Every birdsong is a serenade of your hard work, and each and every lung full of clean air is healthy air which is a breath of freedom for you. I encourage you, the latter way more than the Freddo bar, but you choose what you like. The word earn, though, has incredible connotations in our psyches. I argue due to our education system's indoctrination of rewards granted by external parties, who deem what is earned and what is not. I put forward that rewards are earned in response to effort, not outcome. What I mean by this is you do your best. You reward yourself accordingly. The outcome, hopefully, is a lovely cherry on the top. Remember what I said earlier. Your best depends on the environment you occupy at that time. You may, for example, say, "I would have done better if I hadn't fallen ill or wasn't traveling," and so on. Then you did the best you could in that situation, despite those circumstances. So when you weigh your efforts, consider the entire situation and honor all of it, especially you. This word is used so often and so frequently in our modern day lives. Do you know how the psychological mind interprets the word deadline? In our minds, this term literally translates to line of death. Cross it and you will die. Now, line of death can be incredibly anxiety triggering, which does not improve concentration or performance despite numerous work environments encouraging it. Here's an example. In a quiz, you hear the question, "Who played the character Neo in the Matrix movie franchise?" At that moment, you can't remember that person's name. It's on the tip of your tongue, but it just won't come out, you know? Later that evening, as you get a glass of water or something, you blurt out, "Keanu Reeves!" Everyone around you looks at you, wondering, what provoked that outburst? As you explain, the character who played Neo in the Matrix was Keanu Reeves. From the quiz earlier, you know? In this situation, what happened to many of us is that we send the request to our memory banks for a piece of information while under stress. And the cortisol or other equivalent neurological chemicals impacts our brain's response, delaying the acquisition of that requested information. As your brain's neurological chemical balance returns to a calm and relaxed state, so does its speed. And the information request flies to the front of your mind, and you blurt out the answer, Keanu Reeves. It is well documented that people are much more efficient when relaxed than in an anxious state. To encourage this state, I suggest changing the word deadline to its actual title. Due date, submission date, completion date, all words that capture the same meaning as you find. That is the true definition of the word deadline. But these alternative phrases do not contain the word dead, meaning death, and therefore your anxiety is not triggered, and your brain can operate at its full potential. Warning though, for this approach to work, you must change the word deadline universally. For where will your concentration go if you leave one deadline in your mindset? Of course, it will go to the word deadline, for your consciousness needs to keep you alive and safe. Everything else will melt into the background if you do this. But whenever you hear people talking about deadlines, you say inside your head, due date, completion date, or so on, for that is what it really is. And with that, you have my approach to managing procrastination, which I hope serves you as you progress through your challenges. If you did find this helpful, please like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel. And should you know anyone who could benefit from this video, please share it with them. Don't forget the other Surviving to Thriving videos, which I hope can benefit you as much as this one. Finally, should you like to access a richer and more fulfilling life full of joy, happiness, love, and so much more, then I am proud to announce that after 20 years in the making, my work, The Compass, which is now available in the form of a book as well as an online program, which you can find in the links below this description to be able to access them should you wish to. Now take care of yourselves, and ciao for now.